I like to get all my ingredients together before I start because it saves rushing around later on and I might miss something. So while the saucepan's dry, I dry roast some whole spices. The fenugreek seeds are separate there because I like to crush them once they've been dry roasted. It's easier to do that separately. Then here we've got bits of clove top. We've got a few fennel seeds. You don't need many of those. Cumin, that's a good strong flavour. Caraway seeds, I like those because it's a nice sweet flavour. And then here you've got the seeds from green cardamoms because I dry roast those as well. And once those are all roasted, I crush them up in a pestle and mortar, and then I keep those separate for now. Then when I start cooking in the saucepan, I either use oil or ghee, but that depends. They're both pretty similar really. It just depends how I feel on the day. It doesn't actually make such a lot of difference, I don't think. So into the oil I put some whole spices, and you've got here you've got cassia bark, which is very similar to coriander, but I think the cassia bark is slightly milder. Then you've got the green cardamom skins. You've got some mace, which isn't essential, but you know, again, it gives a nice flavour. Oh, sorry, that's clove tops there. Then you've got the mace there. Then you've got star anise. That's quite a strong flavour. So when they've had a bit of cooking, I normally take those out and just keep them separate in a bit of foil. Then when the oil's nicely flavoured, I put in the real strong flavourings, like I've got minced garlic, which I do myself, harissa, which is a lovely spice. You can put in a good dollop of that. It's a bit on the hot side, but not too hot. Ginger. Now, what I normally do is buy a jar of minced ginger, and then when I can't really keep it any longer before it goes off, I put the rest into ice cube containers with a little bit of oil, and I just take 1 cube out at a time, and it's about the right amount. Then here you've got lime pickle, which I normally have with poppadoms, but also I put a couple of pieces of the skin in when I first start cooking because it's got all the lovely flavoured oil on it. Also, I chop up the stems of some coriander. Obviously, it's best done when it's fresh if possible. That gives a nice mild flavour. And then tomato paste, because I like quite a strong tomato flavour in my curries. Then when that's all cooked through for a couple of minutes, I'd put in the onions, and so I use a combination of sliced onions and chopped onions, about half and half from one decent sized onion, and that's usually enough for one good portion. So when that's had a bit of a cook through, I normally put in some turmeric because that gives it a nice flavour, and also it adds a bit to the flavour. So I can leave that cooking, and then later on I can add other ingredients which I'll tell you about in the next film.